communication, this brotherhood, this camaraderie, and then just the way we work, bro. That's what's gonna take us to the Super Bowl. That's where we going. You feel me? Let's get it, baby. Hey, work on 3, 1, 2, 3. Work.
Yes, sir.
Top Billin, Uptown Murph.
Top Billin.
Yo, Top Billin. Man, searching up clips on my man Eat at Geno's, BKA Grub at Geno's, I went down a bit of a rabbit hole. Before I talk about that though, make sure you're liking the content, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and of course, make sure you're sharing the content because sharing is caring. Also, make sure you support quality content. If you're a fan of the channel, you dig the content style, consider donating to the addresses on the screen and becoming a part of this Top Billin Villain family, all right? Did you guys see how Geno Smith looked to start the video when he was throwing the Laviska Shenault and your man Jackson Smith and Jigba? It's clear that this man has been in the lab, right? He's looking like a lab rat. He's looking like he was invented in the lab, and now it makes sense. Do you remember when he said this in that interview with King 5 Seattle?
Well, I would say training. I would say I've been training. As soon as the season was over, I was very disappointed we didn't make it to the playoffs, and I really took it out on myself. I just beat myself up in the weight room.
I mean, it's one thing to hear somebody say it. It's a whole different ball of wax to actually see it. That man is definitely ready for this 2024 season. I don't remember Geno Smith ever looking like this. And this is a Geno Smith I've watched since the beginning, since he was in West Virginia, pretty much taking over for that Pat White era, which was very fun to watch at West Virginia. But, a few years later from that, but they still had that momentum as a program. This guy has never been one of these dudes I would think of as body beautiful types, right? You know what I'm saying? No Diddy pause on that right there, right? He's never been one of those dudes, right? And it looks very functional for him. It doesn't look the way he's too muscle bound or anything like that as a quarterback. It looks very functional. He looks extremely fit. He looks extremely ripped, low body fat percentage. He looks like he's doing his thing. So people done motivated this dude something serious, and we can definitely see the results. And he appears to be off to a white hot start to camp, which led me down that rabbit hole that I was talking about. So I was looking for clips to see some throws of him, and I ran across a little bit of material, like this extra material, advanced stats type stuff that I never ever pay attention to. Someone would have to bring it to my attention. One of the results was the Seattle sports website here, and it says where Seahawks QB Geno Smith excels, where he's improved. So in looking at this here, it had talked about sustained play, right? Sustained high-level play. So it talked about the first 8 weeks of 2022, where he posted a 72.3 completion rate with 13 TDs, 3 interceptions. The second best grade, right, for that website that will remain nameless that you guys know that I don't like, right? And during the final 9 weeks, he threw for 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. That was last year, which was the 5th best, right? So the people saying that he couldn't finish are the same people saying that he needed to start better. You know what I'm saying? It's like one or the other, right? So I guess one of these years he'll put them both together, and perhaps this be the year. But they also talked about the deep pass, right? Which is one of my least favorite subjects to even discuss, right? It's a casual fan's dream. Like I always say, the home run, the deep ball, the slam dunk. I guess now we got logo threes and all that. So different things like that, right? Even KOs in boxing, right? And boxing is not all about KOs, right? You get a lot of people who can destroy people who are KO artists who are just great boxers. So people who throw deep balls, people tend to really gravitate towards those guys, right? Because a lot of the people who are more vocal on the internet seem to be casual fans, right? A lot of the people who are really into the sport, into the minutia of the sport, right? They don't really talk much, it seems. But they said last season Smith was ranked second in the NFL with 26 big-time throws on passes that traveled at least 20 yards downfield. That website defines big-time throws as passes with excellent ball location, timing, and typically thrown further downfield. In terms of Smith's downfield ball placement, I think that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Robert Mays says of The Athletic. And he's making high-level throws that very, very few guys can make. So to me, this is a stark contrast to a lot of the stuff that you see, especially on YouTube, right? Twitter is his own rabbit hole, X or whatever you want to call it, right? That's his own. It's a cesspool there anyway, right? But speaking of this particular platform, right, where I feed my family at, where I'm at 99% of the time, you get a lot of people like this dude right here who said that he underthrew DK most of the year, something like that, or all year, something, right? And I'm like, how can this be, right? Why are we getting such conflicting opinions or conflicting analysis of this guy, right? And check this out right here. It actually said that Geno Smith led the league in big-time throw percentage on deep passes for the second straight year in 2023. He also had the fourth best pressure to sack ratio while having the fifth highest percentage of dropbacks under pressure. That means his offensive line is doo-doo butter and he's making chicken salad out of chicken shit. Now, we know most of that was due to injury, but you have a lot of people who don't even mention the offensive line woes, but they will continue to nitpick any and everything Geno Smith does except for stuff like this. Now, these are the same people who do come with that particular website and do these type of statistical analysis, but somehow they don't bring this to my attention when they do come here, right? It's all a bunch of goofy dog whistle type shit and then a bunch of misinformation. How in the hell can you underthrow somebody all year, but then have them say that you've led the league for 2 straight seasons in big-time throw percentage? And then have well-informed students of the game say you throw one of the prettiest passes, like this cat right here.
What do you remember of the Geno Smith, time where he gets the torch and it's his time to take it?
There were some little things that he cleaned up from a technical standpoint, but the guy was like 78% completion in his first camp with the Seahawks,
Is
as
that
a
right?
backup to
Even with Russ there. Russ is there,
Yeah.
killing it.
Yes.
And it's
So
still
he clearly was a veteran. He knew where the ball was supposed to go. No one throws a prettier ball than Geno Smith. Just it spins tight. He's accurate. He's got the right amount of zip, but he's got touch. So all those things were there, and it was just, but we had Russ, right? So you don't even take your brain there immediately. But so then just the celebration of a couple of years of work, of conversations, of Geno saying, I know I still got it. If once I get a chance, this is how I'm gonna do it. He was forward thinking with his words. He was super he had a lot of belief still in his own ability and his talent. And so as I come along, really it was just about for me, I was there kind of through the whole process. And then once I get Geno, I'm just there to just maintain and
obviously that's your boy Dave Canales, former Tampa OC, former Seattle Seahawks QB coach, waxing poetic on just how good he thinks Geno Smith is, saying how nobody threw a prettier pass than that man, and he's been around some pretty good quarterbacks, and also talking about his efficiency, his accuracy, and all that. So that flies in the face of what a lot of people come across, at least on the internet, from some pockets of fans. So I don't know, man. You guys have to let me know what you think about that. But your boy Geno Smith is checking a lot of boxes, and it's off to a good start for that man and his offensive unit with that man Ryan Grubb, right? So grubbing at Geno's off to a good start. We'll see how it continues, but of course we'll have more here. Keep tapping in with your boy Top Billin, because you know how I get down, baby. Much love to everybody out there supporting your boy, all right? Salute. Strike the band.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.